I was more of a golden child. I was more of a golden child. Yeah, I got my first B in 6th grade, and like I was heartbroken.
Really?
I was like, I got a B? What the hell? I didn't even say hell then. What the hell?
What the heck?
Yeah. What the?
With exceptional talent and drive, Justin Timberlake is a consummate entertainer who excels at every endeavor he pursues.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty damn good.
And
very modest about it. Very modest.
An overachiever who doesn't know the meaning of the word failure, what motivates Timberlake to succeed?
Justin Timberlake is the man who is unstoppable. Fashion, fragrance, music, film.
I tried so hard not to be an entrepreneur, and I think I'm turning into one, and it's scary.
I think Justin's a bit of a perfectionist. He's just a very driven person in general.
And you did a boot camp leading up to filming that sort of helped you get a little bit...
We did sort of a version of boot camp, yes.
Who do you think was the toughest, the most competitive?
I would probably say myself.
That's what everyone else did.
Yeah, I would probably say myself.
Exactly what do we have going on here, sir?
Do I know how to make an entrance or what, Dave? Come on, admit it.
I think Justin wants to be the best at everything he does, and that's why he always wants to be on, whether he steps on a red carpet or he steps on a stage.
Yeah, you look good. Who are you wearing tonight, Justin?
This is a Dolce.
Oh!
Complete with a spin. Yeah, I know. I'm crazy. Should we spin together?
Let's do. Ready? Can you show me a move, Justin? Can I show you a move from high school and tell me?
Let me hold this. Okay, I'm good.
What's up, man? It's so nice to see you. I know, we're sweating. We're warm. Is it hot enough? It's warm. Is it hot enough? We are in a commercial for 60 seconds coming out live.
All right, well, we can just replay that moment.
We could use that moment again and again and again. I just think he's comfortable in the spotlight. When he's on red carpets and schmoozing with reporters and doing interviews, it's like he's performing again on stage, and he kind of really thrives in those moments.
You got these screaming fans. They just go absolutely nuts for you, and yet you're like this total down-home guy. You totally can, you know, you don't take yourself seriously. I love that about you.
You can't take any of this seriously. In about an hour, this will all probably start to break down, and it'll be gone by the end of the day. We're just at a theater. It's just dressed up. You've seen The Wizard of Oz.
That's right.
You know what this is all about.
Here are my personal questions, which I know you hate answering, but it's part of my job, as you know. Is it frustrating to try to promote an album when all anyone seems to want to talk about is Britney?
You know, it's not as bad as... It's funny because every time someone interviews me, you know, they're like, you know, listen, I really hate to ask this, but, you know, and for me, I'm really indifferent, I mean, about it.
Justin, it seems artists always have an inspiration.
The answer is no. I think I know what you're going to ask, and I'm pretty sure the answer is no. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
It seems artists always have an inspiration for their songs. Your song, Sexy Back, which is terrific. Was Cameron your inspiration for it?
I like how you work that in.
For a guy as in control of his career as Justin is, it's really hard for him when the tabloids are constantly trying to define his personal life.
Do you get any time to go to your new house in Oahu and actually, like, hang and chill and surf?
I don't know where this rumor came from. I own a house in L.A. That is the only house I own.
You've been seen surfing, though, in Hawaii.
Okay,
do you like surfing?
I do go to Hawaii.
Okay, there we go.
I do not own a house in Hawaii. Let me just squash it. That was fun to let you guys run with that for a second. Whoever made up this thing.
It was like $16.9 million, too, which is kind of nice.
Why would I? If I bought that many houses for that much money, I would have no money left.
Justin does not like to talk about his personal life a whole lot. His sense of humor certainly helps him deflect those personal questions.
What is the most exciting thing about being here, besides all the screaming fans across the street that you're used to?
That's an awesome coat, by the way.
Oh, okay, thanks. I like what you're wearing, too.
The coat is definitely the most exciting.
Because music is so much in your blood and dance is so much in your body, when you were kind of...
Constantly. I just dance in my body. When I'm not dancing, I'm still dancing. It's weird.
I love that you can do that and people still, you know, believe that you're straight. It's great.
Well, I don't
You were dancing around a little.
I dance. You know, it's a big difference.
If you look past all the kidding around, he's a person who really wants to be seen as legitimate in every field that he pursues. So that's really what drives him.
Justin Timberlake took the biggest leap of his career when he went solo.
Do you think this record's a make or break for your solo career if this doesn't do well, for whatever reason? Is that the end of it?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really thought that far.
I was so terrified, to be quite honest, to release that solo album, and I'm so glad people responded to it the way that they did.
Justin could have played it safe. He could have done what people expected him to do and released a purely pop album. But he did something so smart. He surrounded himself with an amazing hip-hop and R&B production team.
Justin, almost really in a natural way, went from being like the total mainstream pop kid to really respected in the urban world. If you're respected seriously by the Black American audience, you will have a much better ascent. This guy is a legitimate R&B star.
You hope that when you put out a CD that it does transcend anything. It's tough to do that. It's tough to do that in my position because there's so much emphasis on the sound that people are used to hearing me in, and there's so much emphasis on the fact that I've grown up in the public eye, and there's so much emphasis on color lines, you know. Still, I just made a record that was honest for me and something that I enjoy. And this is what inspires me. This is the type of music that I enjoy.
I honestly think the reason we have the megastar that is Justin Timberlake today, the mogul, the film actor, the musician, is because he took a risk and did Justified, did that solo album.
A lot of love out there for you.
It's very cool. It's very cool. You know, I mean, I remember we talked about this record, and I was very, not apprehensive, but just, you know, your insecurities come out when you feel like the magnifying glasses are out and it's just you. So to get this kind of recognition, it makes the sleepless nights in the studio worth it.
Justin Timberlake has succeeded because he's driven by a desire to prove himself and has the talent to deliver. But perfection isn't without a price.
I didn't plan it like this. It's weird that it worked out like this, that all these films are coming out now. You know, I have to show up and promote in the middle of a tour.
With so many pursuits, can Timberlake continue to achieve at such a high level?
What is it that you don't do well? You sing, you dance, you do the movies, you design.
I don't let go very well.
Don't let go.
I don't let go very well. I recently succumbed to the fact that I am a control freak.
Yes, there's no such thing as just okay.
With JT.
I was here at 9 a.m. this morning, and I just, you know, you get creative and you constantly want to tweak what you have, and you know, if it was all done the day before, I'd probably show up the day of and figure out something I wanted to change. So it's better to just let it be what it's gonna be. So that's my battle.
Justin Timberlake has achieved phenomenal success by striving to be the best in every endeavor he pursues.
He's asking if you want to be a musician or an actor.
Is that the question?
Yeah, that's the question.
I just want to be me. How's that?
I just want to be loved.
But can Timberlake maintain his relentless pace while continuing to meet his own high expectations?
How do you have just in time in between making movies and touring?
Just...
I worked on that at home.
Funny. Honestly, you just catch it in between everything right now. When you're on tour, you know, it's one thing, but I didn't plan it like this. It's weird that it worked out like this, that all these films are coming out now. Because, you know, I have to show up and and promote in the middle of a tour. It's a little weird.
Justin's always been a perfectionist, but with that comes the danger of spreading yourself too thin or just burning out.
To be both a music star and a successful actor is something that's very difficult. To give both those careers the time that they deserve is something that not many people can do.
Well, I'm rehearsing right now for a tour, so, you know, I'm getting a lot of cardio in.
A lot of dance rehearsal?
A lot of dance rehearsal, a lot of band rehearsal. I mean, physically, a lot of rehearsal each day.
Oh, wow.
So, and I train a little bit on top of it just because I don't want to, you know, by the time you get to your first show, you don't want to be winded.
Justin's really maintained this pace for years. I mean, he's pretty much been working nonstop since he was 12. From Mickey Mouse Club to NSYNC directly into his solo album.
We have been touring and running the grind, you know, for 7 years. And I think we just all got to the point to where we were just like, okay, let's slow down. So
But
let's do it.
this isn't relaxing, what you're doing now.
Yes and no.
It's not so bad?
No, it's not so bad.
Did you record the whole album in 6 months?
Actually, I wrote and recorded everything in 6 weeks.
One of the things that really helps Justin maintain his sanity is that he keeps all his different projects really separate from each other. And every time he takes on a new project, that's what he's going to focus on, and that's the image he's going to put out to the public.
I'm not a boy band.
Well, see, but that's the thing. Well, hold on. We're getting there. We're getting there. Have you felt like, obviously you have, made that transition to a wider audience, and how do you do that?
I mean, I think so. I think it's really just growing up, man.
Justin Timberlake has set himself up for a hard task in keeping himself a successful pop singer and a successful actor. People are asking about, you know, when's your next single, you know, when are you singing again next?
How about an album? What's going on? When are we going to hear a new album from you? What?
I don't know.
I'm getting very passionate here.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess when I write it.
Is it ironic that you're playing this character, saying that you're a musician?
I don't understand
Napster guy.
I don't understand the.
You're a musician?
I don't understand what's comparable.
Correlation? You don't see the correlation at all? You're killing me here. I've got 2 minutes left.
You make music on the side. I grew up in a small town, Millington, Tennessee, and in my school there really was no music. There wasn't a music program. If I wouldn't have urged my mom to, you know, take me to voice lessons privately, and buy me a guitar and get a piano, I wouldn't have learned music. It probably, it may have changed the path that I went down.
Justin Timberlake has been one who's made really important decisions himself, but he's had his mother who's been by his side his whole life and really supporting him, and that's incredibly important for a superstar of his caliber.
I am a mama's boy. I have no reservations about telling anyone that. I am a mama's boy. She's been there for me throughout everything.
I would like to introduce to you my favorite son.
I'd also like to point out that I'm her only son, so her only kid. I actually get to be the favorite and the least favorite at the same time.
What do you think was the biggest lesson that mom taught you?
Don't be an idiot. That didn't work out, did it?
Justin's upbringing is really what's kept him grounded. He never takes himself too seriously. That's really what helped him win over a whole new set of fans when he went on Saturday Night Live and made fun of his R&B image.
The in the Box skit won 2 Emmys. It was getting millions of views on the internet, and it really kind of put Justin Timberlake in a different place. People look at him much differently. He's not just this cookie-cutter pop star.
You and Andy get away with so much. It's got you multiple nominations, but you really like to push it, don't you, on SNL?
I'm gonna say it's all Andy's fault. That's what I'm gonna say.
You ever thought maybe a couple years from now you do something like that full time?
I could definitely see doing it for maybe half a season, but I might get antsy. You know, I like to do a lot of different things.
Justin can really do it all because this is a guy who takes his time and chooses his projects carefully. He's going to be compelled to do something because he wants to do it. It comes from a place of creativity and expression.
I mean, I could pick and choose the projects that are interesting to me, and so that's all I want to do is continue to be inspired by it. I think that's the right grounds to continue to do it.
What is your drive? What allows you to focus and do as many things as you do well?
Well, thank you. That's nice.
You're welcome.
I have a sort of a philosophy of if you have different avenues of entertainment or business that you are at the helm or at the forefront of, I think it's just important to focus on what you're doing at that moment, you know.
Justin Timberlake has shown an ability to manage many endeavors. But will he continue to pursue multiple career paths, or will he find his one true passion?
I only started acting so you guys wouldn't figure out how mediocre of a singer I am.
A great painter would not sit around and just paint something to paint it. He would paint something because he was inspired to do it. If there's any cycle, that's my cycle. It's like when I'm ready to do it and I'm ready to do it right, that's when I'll do it.
All right.
Otherwise, I don't want to put out
Yeah,
for
you can
everybody.
say that. You can say
Listen,
that on our show.
I don't want to put
You
out.
can say that word.
Musician, actor, entrepreneur. Justin Timberlake can do it all. But will he ultimately decide to focus on a single career path?
They saw you arrive and the cheers went up. How does that feel?
It's cool. It's always cool. I excite myself in my own time. No, I'm kidding. It's nice. It's very warm.
Anything you want to say to those fans?
Thanks.
Justin definitely has staying power. I mean, he's really young and he has an amazing career ahead of him. And he explores. He tries things, and if they work, great. If they don't, he doesn't seem to really look back.
Do you still feel like you're new to this acting game, or do you feel more established and comfortable in this world?
I still feel like I'm new to everything, to be honest with you. I only started acting so you guys wouldn't figure out how mediocre of a singer I am.
When you think of like really big-time pop singers who went music to acting, the only names that jump into my head are Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra. So good luck with all that, Justin. Not to say that it can't be done. He's incredible at both, so you never know. But those are pretty lofty shoes.
Justin's gonna succeed as an actor because he truly cares about the projects that he does. He's chosen really thought out, great films like The Social Network, where he's one of an ensemble cast, but it has a great director and a great writer.
Everything we needed was so laid out and so, I mean, brilliantly laid out in a fantastic, almost Greek operatic drama that, you know, like I said, you know, we showed up to work every day feeling like we were showing up to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and getting to taste all the candy just by saying by sort of saying his lines, and his dialogue is just like no other.
He did a movie called Edison Force, and it went nowhere. But Justin had the experience of working with Morgan Freeman and learning from him and growing from him.
What did you enjoy most about making the film?
Morgan Freeman.
What's it like working with him?
You know what? We were like two kids in a candy store. He has such a young heart, and it really was a pleasure. I have to do it again.
I mean, every one of his films hasn't been a blockbuster, and every performance hasn't been the most incredible thing you've seen on television or in the movies. But it doesn't seem to affect his likability, and it doesn't seem to affect his determination, which is really what makes a star a star.
And Justin, is there somebody that you've really looked to as a mentor in the film game, or somebody you maybe want to pattern your career after?
I worked on a smaller film with Jeff Bridges, and I never had an experience like that with an actor. What I would like to emulate that he has done so well is stay so childlike about his craft, to still get so excited about it, and I feel like I love it that much, and I hope that I can hold on to that as long as he has.
I see Justin Timberlake being happy just dropping the music and coming into acting full-time.
I don't think Justin will ever choose one or the other. I think he's proven that he's successful in both realms, so I think he's just going to continue to do that.
With music and film, the things that got me here, like those are the girls I brought to the dance, and so I'm gonna dance with them forever.
Timberlake's got some real fans in the industry. People who really champion for him, people who believe in him, people whose names mean a lot in this business when it comes to acting and making movies.
I know he came with a huge amount of dedication, and he put in the work, and the scenes we had together, he totally committed himself and, gave it up. So hopefully he'll continue in the same vein.
I thought he was really refreshing to see someone, who hasn't done a lot of dramatic work yet, just jump into it wholeheartedly with a lot of passion and a lot of commitment.
Justin Timberlake is the most talented person I've ever met in my life. He's made of talent. If you cut him open, it would be 1% water, 99% talent.
How much fun did you have on this film?
Oh, it's terrible.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. It was just
terrible.
Like pulling teeth every day, you know.
Cranky and
kids not quite prepared.
Over.
Really hard
zealous
to
and
get him up to the level of performance that I usually
Did I say cranky?
I'm
cranky.
You've been in the game for so long, back from when you were working for Disney all the way up, and
Sure.
you've been pretty much working
15 years.
Yeah, most
15 years. It's weird.
So
back in my day.
Right, but so do you feel like you still
from bungalows to set?
You still feel like a kid though?
Totally. I mean, this, if you do this the right way, if you do anything the right way, if you really enjoy what you're doing, I think that keeps you young.